Very good morning to all of you. In my previous class, I started Civics Chapter 3, Role of the Parliament. We discussed about Parliament and people and their representatives. We also discussed the role of Parliament. Now, today I will teach you all about the functions of the Parliament. First of all, the first function of the Parliament is to select the national government. The most important function of the Parliament is to select the national or union government. After the Lok Sabha elections are over, the Election Commissions of India prepares a list of newly elected MPs, that means member of parliaments belonging to different political parties. There are 543 elected members to the Lok Sabha, hence a political party which has more than half the total number, that means 272 of MPs is in a position to form the government. The leader of the majority party is invited by the president to form the government. He or she is appointed prime minister by the president. So, from among his party MPs, he submits a list of prominent and experienced MPs to be included in the Council of Ministers. On the advice of the Prime Minister, the ministers are appointed by the President of India. The Council of Ministers, headed by the Prime Minister, form the executive organ on the government, and the ministers are allotted different areas of government functioning like health, finance, defense, education, all these ministries. So they are the administrative heads of various departments at the national level. As we have read earlier, the main work of the executive is to implement the laws made by the parliament. So the leader of the majority party in the Lok Sabha is called the leader of the Lok Sabha also. Apart from the ruling party, all other political parties that oppose the majority party coalition form the opposition party. The leader of the largest opposition party is called the leader of the opposition. Okay? As has been the practice is in recent past, if a single political party is unable to get the majority on its own, it joins together with other like-minded parties to form a majority. Such a government is called the coalition government. Okay? So the coalition government works on the basis of the common minimum program. The coalition partners might support the government from outside, and their members may prefer not to join the Council of Ministers. Okay? Now, the Rajya Sabha functions primarily as the representative of the states in the parliaments. That means the member of the Rajya Sabha are the representatives of the states, different states. The Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the parliament. Its members are elected by the elected members of the state assemblies. Okay? A bill can be introduced in either house of the parliament to become a law. A bill has to be passed by the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. Okay? The Rajya Sabha has the power to change certain provisions in the bill. Okay, that means the Rajya Sabha members has the power to change the provisions in the bill. However, its power regarding a money bill is limited. And the president is an integral part of the parliament. No bill can become a law unless the president gives his assent to it. So, on this way, the Rajya Sabha as well as the Lok Sabha members are elected by the national government. So this is the very important function of the parliament. The next function of the parliament is to control, guide and inform the government. In my next class, I will explain you all about the next function of the parliament. Okay, thank you.